your dreams.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. It's been a while since I've made one. Today we're going to talk about if you should be pulling for the shiny new Dan, Xuan, Topaz, or Jingliu. By the way, if you happen to like the content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. So first we're going to be talking about the pretty new Dan that's coming up, also known as Inhibitor Lune Dan. Now, Inhibitor Lune Dan is a 5-star destruction imaginary character. He is not really going to bring anything new to the table. He's basically just going to be doing damage as a destruction class. As of right now, the best imaginary character damage wise is Welt, and he's only a nihility character. But since the pretty new Dan is a destruction character, a damage dealing class, I think he's going to be one of the best imaginary characters damage wise. So if you are looking for a new damage dealer, you cannot go wrong with Inhibitor Lune Dan. Also, his banner is pretty stacked. For one, it's got Yukong, an imaginary harmony character. She will be able to boost the attack of Inhibitor Lune Dan. And I think she has a passive that basically boosts imaginary damage of her party members. So the new pretty boy Dan is able to take advantage of Yukong's passive. Asta is also going to be a part of Inhibitor Lune's Dan's banner. Asta is also a fellow harmony character, just like Yukong. Asta basically gives speed to the party members, and speed is a pretty important stat in a turn-based game, especially for Yukong because she either needs to go very first or dead last. Just make sure that your pretty boy Dan is able to take action after Yukong takes her action. Also, alongside Inhibitor Lune's Dan's banner, there's also March 7th. You know, March 7th being a preservation character. I don't really think I gotta say too much about March 7th. Anyways, as I stated earlier, Inhibitor Lune Dan doesn't really do anything other than just damage. So if you need another damage dealer, then pull for pretty boy Dan. Next, we got the 5-star quantum preservation character Xuan. I am specifically going to be pulling for this character for one reason, or technically two reasons, and both of them are under her arms. Anyways, since Xuan is a preservation character, she's basically going to be able to keep your team alive. And because of this, I do think she has a little bit more value than pretty boy Dan, since keeping your team alive is pretty important in a team-based game. But if you already have preservation characters already leveled up, either it's Jeopard, March 7th, or even Trailblazer, you probably don't even need to pull for Xuan. Since she is a preservation character, she is going to be relatively easy to build. If you do want to pull a character that's easy to build, then you know Xuan would be a pretty good choice. One thing to take note about Miss Little Xuan here is that she is a quantum character, which means that she is a step away of making a full mono quantum team. For other quantum characters, we obviously got Sela and Silver Wolf. We are missing one quantum character, however, you don't really have to worry too much because that 4th quantum character that will most likely be in that slot is going to be Lynx. Lynx is going to be the 4-star quantum character healer that's going to be alongside Xuan. So we're finally be able to make a fully mono quantum team. This is going to be my dream team right here, since I am going to be pulling for the almighty Xuan. The other 4-star characters that are going to be running alongside the divine Xuan is going to be Hook and Pella. I don't know too much about Hook since I never used her. Pella is a pretty great character. I did use her for quite some time. She is an AoE debuffer. Anyways, if you want to keep your team alive in any means necessary in other ways, especially in cute small ways, then go and pull for Xuan. So the drip marketing for 1.4 already happened a lot more sooner than I anticipated. Most likely because there's not really much going on in Star Rail. Let's be real here. There's really not much going on in this game. So HoYoverse basically already drip marketed some 1.4 stuff. The characters that are going to be coming in 1.4 are going to be Jingliu and Topaz. Jingliu is going to be a 5-star ice destruction character. She looks pretty hot. She's got that, you know, blindfold thing going on that kind of turns a lot of men on. I would be willing to pull for Jingliu. However, I do have a certain feeling that she's going to be doing something that I would want to do. For instance, like taking the HP of your allies. Not that I would like 100% know this because, you know, I don't look at leaks. I am a good boy, but she just looks like the type of character that'll just straight up drain the HP of your allies. However, because she looks so good, I would rather have her drain something else between my legs than drain the HP of my allies. Anyways, since she is an ice destruction character, she is going to work pretty well alongside with Pela, since Pela is an also fellow ice character and she can debuff the enemies in a AoE. Also, since she is a damage dealing class, she is going to be a damage dealing character, obviously. So if you're looking for a new way to deal damage, then maybe Jingliu will be a pretty good pick. Another character that's coming in 1.4 that's also pretty hot is Topaz. She's going to be a fire hunt character, so she's going to be specializing in single target damage DPS dealing. Sorry, it's early morning. And it also happens to be laundry day, so you might be hearing the laundry. Anyway, since Topaz is a fire character, she is going to work pretty well with Asta, since Asta can boost the fire damage of her allies. And as a hunt character, she is going to be competing with Seela. Topaz kind of just looks like the type of character that will boost up your follow-up attacks or something. I don't know. That's what she looks like to me. I'm not, you know, I'm not entirely sure, right? Because, you know, I never look at leaks ever. Anyways, since the hunt class is a damage dealing class, if you're looking for another damage dealer, a way to deal damage the hot way, then maybe Topaz will be a pretty good choice. Anyways, in conclusion, there's really no right or wrong answer. It's really just going to depend on what your account needs, what you want to roll for. 3 out of the 4 of these characters are all damage dealing characters. Those obviously being Pretty Boy Dan, Jingliu, and Topaz. So we have 3 different options when it comes to damage dealing. 1 utility character that's going to be keeping your team alive. So it's going to be really up to you to decide on who you're going to be pulling for. Now, I know I already said that I'm going to be pulling for the Divine Priestess Fu Xian, but I also might consider pulling for Topaz as well, since I do have a Kafka that might work alongside with her. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. Let me know who you guys are going to pull for in the comments below, and I'll be seeing you guys later.